Okay, so let's look at the United States chart, the yearly chart for 2022. What I've done is I built the entire year for what I call the Mundane Chart, which is whatever aspects the planets in the sky create with each other. So whatever is going on up there without interaction to any of the earthly charts. And that's the United States chart. So it's the same ephemeris, but only here it's related to the United States. And I wanted to show it because there's something very extremely unusual happening right here. And it's going to happen here as well, but a little bit less intensely, even though this day is quite intense. But so basically what I look at first is the slowest planets. They're very powerful because they last longer period of time onto a certain degree. So for example, the first one that jumps at me is Neptune, even though the Pluto return is huge. I mean, it happens every 248 years, something like that. And this time around, it's going to happen 3 times. It's a big deal, okay? But the Neptune, well, it's not only Neptune, it's there's a transit here at 21 degree. I will zoom in a bit later. And then there's another transit here, which is in opposition at 22 degrees. So the first one is the square that Neptune will make with Mars. And the second one, with no interruption, is the opposition with Neptune. So with itself. It's really, really powerful. Jupiter is going to make the same transits. Those 2 transits are going to be made by Jupiter here, and you see how fast it's going to be here. And the Sun, I believe, is going to make it here. Let me zoom in quickly. Yeah, the Sun will be here. So that's the first one that jumps at me when I open the chart, and the second one is of course the same, which is only at 22 degrees. So it's going to be only the opposition of Neptune to itself. Only it's going to last longer because I think Neptune is retrograde here. So yeah, 23, then 22. So retrograde, it's going to spend a very long time at the 22nd degree here. I'm not sure about 2023. We can take a look at it quickly. That's Aries. We can look at this one, 2022. So let's say here, Neptune. Oh, let's look at 2023, sorry. So 2023, Neptune will still, you see, until the 7th. So January 7th. So it's a very long transit, okay? And then the square with Mars will take over. Oh no, it's going back to 23. So okay, it's only going to be Neptune here, but still, it's really long. It's just really a long transit. It's almost the same length as both transits, the one with Mars and Neptune. So that's that. So of course, the Pluto return will happen 3 times. If you're an astrologer, you probably know that already. It's very powerful as well, but this one seems to be less difficult if you look at that. Okay, this one is Aries, in Aries, making an opposition to Mercury, the Mercury in the US chart in Cancer. So this Pluto return here, the second one, looks less difficult than the first one and the second one. And what I wanted to say also about this is, so the blue line is today's date, and we can see that tomorrow and the day after we're gonna head to the perfection of this Neptune opposition, and plus the Sun will be, I think, squaring Uranus, and here Venus and Mars will both be opposing Mercury, and then here it will they will both conjunct Pluto, so the Pluto return. So it's very powerful. Okay, it's very powerful, especially when we know that Aries is really, it's at 24 degrees, so it's opposing Mercury, and here it's difficult too, right here. So I don't know what it means exactly, clearly. I mean, who knows? But it is difficult. And here as well. So I wanted to show you that day here. Aries will end its transit with Mercury. So it's a bit stronger here, because I believe the energy is strong at the beginning of the degree, at the perfection of the degree, and at the end of the degree. I've seen that in financial. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So of course, okay, so I don't have the Zodiacal release for the US, and I'm annoyed by it because it would show a lot more. But I don't know how to get it. If anyone knows how to get the Zodiacal release for the US birth chart, it would be great. And also, I wanted to ask you something else. Aries, oh yeah, if someone could tell me, I don't know if there's a way to know, but I would love to get the exact degree of and minute of Aries when the US was born, when the US were born, because it would help a lot. It would make sure that we could like actually create those transits between Aries and the rest of the chart. That would be great. So anyway, what else? So yeah, and so this day here at the end here of the year, I think these 2 days here are going to be a bit difficult too. I mean, the whole year is quite it's quite a year, right? I mean, it never happens. The Pluto return happens, like I said, every 248 years. This opposition here between Neptune and Neptune happens only like the return would be 164, so divided by 2. It's extremely rare that both happen at the same time. I mean, I don't know about what you think, but that's what I think. It probably happened somewhere else for different countries. I don't know, but I think it's very powerful. Plus the moon here. I mean, the North Node is squaring the moon in the US chart, which is very difficult on its own. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's difficult. Well, obviously it is. So this day also I think will be difficult because it's at the beginning of the third ingress of the 27th degree of Pluto. So the third return for Pluto. And at the same time, it's the end of one of the 24th degree opposition between Aries and Mercury. Plus the Sun, Mercury, and Venus will create all that red. It's not pretty. On its own, it's not pretty. You can see it here. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I just wanted to show a quick video. Now, there's something interesting is that, so I looked at Putin's chart today, and I noticed that he does have a Mercury. Mercury is in Libra. Where is it? Here. Mercury in Libra at 23 degree, okay? And so if Mercury is here at 23 degree and Aries is right there at 23 degree, which is the case right now, and it's been the case since 2014. So, I mean, that's when he invaded Ukraine, right? That's when Aries started to hit the 23rd degree of Aries, creating that opposition with Putin's Mercury. So funny enough, you know, I don't know. I think it's linked. So the last time, so here, right here, it's going to be at 23. So today, because it's the blue line, we're still at 23 degree. So the opposition with his Mercury is still active, and it will be even more active at the end here, I believe. And here it's going to be 25 degree. Nothing is at 25 for now. And here it's going to hit 23 again. And again, we'll have all that. I mean, isn't it funny? Like, look at that. 23 degree Aries and all that shit happening, and 23 degree again and all that happening. So, I don't know. Anyway, that will be, I think, the last time that Aries ingresses in the 23rd degree. Then after that, we'll have a bunch of 24 degree until, like, I don't know, 2025, I don't know. Our square, because it's a square. I don't know if I said opposition, but it's square. Let me check again, but yeah, I think it's a square. Mercury and Aries, yeah, it's a square. So Mercury is affected in both Putin's chart and the US chart by Aries. So it's a very strong transit, since Aries lasts forever at 1 degree. And so I thought it was interesting to know that the very first time Aries hit 23 degree was in 2014, and it was in February 2014. So, and that's when Putin invaded Ukraine the first time. So does it mean that at the end of the 23rd, let me check something. We have Aries, where is it? Here. In 2023, so at the end of 2022, we'll have it in 23 degree again until beginning of 23. Is it going to be the last time? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So maybe it would mean that, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be the last time Aries oppose Mercury in Putin's chart. So does it mean that it's the end of something? Does it mean that he's gonna still stay in Ukraine and just everything will be done at that time? Does it mean that he's gonna be evicted from Ukraine? I don't know. I don't think so. But I think things are gonna settle here for Putin. So I don't know what it means, but this U.S. Square right here will continue. It will continue for a while, for a few years. So I don't know. I have no clue what it means, but it's just interesting to see how strong this area of the year is, this period of the year, and also this one at the end of the year. So when we look at the mundane chart doesn't act the same at all. I mean, here we have pretty much like lots of like almost no red here during that period, where here we have intense red. Like it's not fun, all right. But here it's pretty. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Here looks worse, in my opinion. So I don't know the dates. It's like April, end of April, like the second half of April. It looks kind of difficult in the mundane chart, but it's for everybody. It's for everyone. So whoever will have aspects in square or in trine or in sextile or in conjunction with with this 23rd degree of Aquarius and Taurus, would be affected way more than anyone else. See, here we don't see that much because we don't have anything at 23. We have only at 24 and 27. So it's kind of sandwiched, but I don't know. I only use the 1 degree orb because I think, I don't know, I'm used to it in financial astrology, so that's what I use, and I feel like if I was using more, we would lose something. It would be more complex. So it's already complex enough. That's what I use, 1 degree orb. So yeah, that's it. So, and here also there's a difficult time here, it looks like. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you, and I will probably post regarding Bitcoin tomorrow, probably regarding March and probably the first part of April, or maybe the whole month of April, I don't know.